Hi everyone, this is Christina Smith, and today we are going to talk about relationships. If you're currently in a relationship right now, how about you leave me a comment down below and tell me the name of your person and how long you've been dating them, and I don't know, just one of your favorite dates that you've been on together. Maybe it'll give me an idea of like a date to take Christian on or something. Anyways, something that I really want to do on all of my social platforms is talk about real things. I feel that while the internet is full of a ton of negative things and a ton of comparison and not meeting this ideal look of what you're supposed to be, I feel like in the midst of all of that, there should be a lot of good coming from social media. And one thing that I really want to do is just be a voice to every single woman out there who wants to feel normal, who wants to know that like what she's going through is totally normal and okay. And so whenever you're on my channel, I want you guys to feel empowered and confident and, like I said a million times, normal. With that said, something that I really want to start doing, and this is going to be the first video of whatever this ends up looking like, I want to talk about relationships and real life things that your relationship will go through. For those of you who do not know, I am a married woman, a recently married woman. I got married 3 months ago? I got married on February 12th, so you do the math for me. But before we got married, I actually dated Christian for 3 years. Mind you, I was ready to marry him within the first year, but that's a whole other conversation to have, which I cannot wait to have it because I know that there are some of you girls who are waiting for him to put a ring on it and are feeling frustrated, and God is probably wanting you to chill out.
Bruh, chill.
Honestly, not just God, but probably your partner. He's probably feeling so much pressure from you.
We just met today.
I know, but we're getting married.
We are.
But let's talk about that another time. Today, we're going to talk about fighting.
Choose your fighter.
If you are currently in a relationship, I want you to raise your hand if you've ever been in a fight with your partner. If your hand isn't raised right now, I'm going to believe that 1, you either just got into a relationship, or 2, you have a perfect relationship, and that's very rare. And 3, maybe you guys just aren't really being open about what's going on, because I'm sure there are things that annoy you about him already that you just aren't talking about. But if you find yourself in a situation like me, in my whole time of dating Christian, we fought so much, and we've already fought in these 2 months of being married. I want to let you know, fighting with your person is very normal. Being annoyed at something that they do is very normal. After the honeymoon phase, everyone's guards come down. You start to get a little more comfortable with your partner. They start to get more comfortable with you, and you start to see more sides of each other that you've never seen before. I remember when Christian and I first started dating, it was our first fight like ever. And I remember going into it feeling like this is okay. Everyone fights. Every relationship has issues. Like, I am not going to freak out about it. Christian, however, had a spiral moment. This dude was like, this probably means we have to break up. Like, is this the end of our relationship? Is this a sign that like this is only gonna get worse? Like, we just started dating. Does this mean anything? In reality, all he was really doing was trying to self-protect from being hurt. But getting hurt by your partner is actually very unavoidable, because the longer you're together, the more chances they have of like hurting your feelings in the process. During the span of our relationship, most of the fights that we got into were a lot of them caused by me, especially in the very beginning. The first year of our relationship, honestly, I have no idea how we survived. I was working for a church and traveling that entire year. I had left the country for the first time in my life, and I left it twice for like 2 weeks. And I just was never really home. And so a lot of the fights that we got in that first year was like me having this expectation that our relationship was supposed to look like something. Christian was my first boyfriend ever. So in my mind, romance is supposed to look like this, or he's supposed to act like this all the time. And I had just these ideas and these fantasies that weren't real. Christian used to say to me, like, do you even want to be in a relationship? You keep saying that I'm supposed to do this and be this and say this, that it makes me feel like you actually aren't happy with me and the way that I do things. And it turns out that I actually really did like him. I was just so busy comparing who he was and what the world thought of him that it was literally robbing me of enjoying my relationship. I was also rushing into things so much, and so a lot of our fights were about that. It was so frustrating. By the grace of just like God to literally help Christian and I navigate through the whole thing. But I share all of these fight stories to reiterate that like it's so normal to fight with your partner, and what matters is how you deal with it. And what you shouldn't do is run away at the first sight of a fight. If your first reaction is to run away, I want to challenge you to really pause and ask yourself why. What is the reason for you feeling like ending it will be the best solution? If you're just afraid of conflict or afraid of confrontation or afraid of getting hurt, like those are not good reasons to end a relationship, because you're only gonna do the same thing in your next relationship and run away and repeat the cycle over and over again. So why not just go after it now? A couple of solutions that I have if you are fighting with your partner. I want to tell you one of the best pieces of advice that I got in the very beginning of my relationship, which was avoid talking to your single friends about some of the fights you're getting in with your partner. And it's not that you don't tell them what happened, it's that you don't go to them for the initial advice. The last thing you want to do is talk to your single friends, because they're always going to be on your side. 9 times out of 10, your girl is going to be on your side.
Yo, hold my poodle. Hold my poodle.
What you want is for someone to actually speak the truth, who's like an outside perspective, who doesn't have a personal bias for you or for your partner, who's going to just be a literal middleman and say, okay, oh, yeah, girl, you're the issue here. Or maybe he's the issue, you know? But you need someone to actually speak truth into your relationship. And you're probably like, Stina, then who do I talk to? Find a married friend. Find another person in a relationship. I honestly want to encourage you to do that first. Before you go online and try to reach out to someone on Instagram, I actually really encourage you to find someone in the physical form to talk to. Hi, this is Editing Stina. Sorry to interrupt. I actually just wanted to share why I feel like you should find someone to help you. The main reason being that it is really good to have people who actually know you and are seeing your relationship in real time, because they can speak more effectively, and it just feels good to be known by somebody. I think it's really easy to give people bits and pieces of your life, but it will benefit your life 10 times more if you actually give someone the space to know all of you. And since I'm already here interrupting, I want to give another reason why my mentors told me to not speak to my single friends right away about problems I'm having or fights I'm getting in with my husband, or at the time my boyfriend. And that reason, not just being because they're going to be biased towards you most of the time, but because a lot of the times your single friends, especially if they've never been in a relationship ever, they don't actually know how to handle those situations. And they're going to speak out of their own unintentional naiveness. Is that a word? And it's just a little bit more wise to ask people who have already been through what you've been through. But that is all. Sorry to interrupt your program. Let's get back to it. Goodbye. And I honestly really feel like that is the only reason why Christian and I are still together, is because we had people speak truth into our relationship and really help us realize like everything is so okay and normal. So instead of talking to your single friends, talk to a mentor, a leader, a counselor, a therapist, a guardian, a parent. Girl, talk to your parents. And if you can honestly say that there is no one in the physical form that you could think of, then go ahead and reach out to someone online. Feel free to like talk about your issue like in the comment section, because I would love for other girls who are in relationships to like speak into what you're going through, because I am so sure that we have all gone through the same types of fights. If there's one thing I've learned in talking to my married friends, is that most of the fights Christian and I got were the same fights every one of them got into with their partner. And so share away, girl. I'm sure we can all help each other out. And that is all for today's video. I hope that some of this was helpful for you. And honestly, let me know if there's anything else you would want me to talk about in regards to being in a relationship, whether it's boundaries, their past, breakups, or anything else. Because there's so many topics I could talk about, but I would really love to just like start with what you guys want. If you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure that you subscribe right now, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.